Hello guys, once again it's me again, Insane Gorilla. Welcome to part 5, I think, of What If Deku Was a Fallen. And so, quick recap of where we left off. Deku is we're going to teach Uraraka how to make some armor for herself. And no, he will not be a splicer, before any of you ask. He's not going to be a splicer whatsoever. Because what he's going to do is do something a bit different. And yeah, the Deku also ripped the lower arms off his stepsister, so now she's got a massive grudge. I think any fallen would when their step sibling tears off their lower arms. So anyway, let's get started, shall we? We start off with Uraraka as she asks Deku some questions before they enter a forging area. And she just simply asks, "Say, Deku, quick question. What do you make the armor out of? Like pure scrap or just bits and pieces?" Dick responding saying, "Scrap. Mainly scrap. No point in getting well, more in the way of unusable items. Usually get the best items I can most probably find. Go a lot better if we had automated building units or an automated factory. But hey, I am just Anywho, sorry about that, guys. As I was saying, Deku saying that hey, I am just a lonely a lonely vandal. I, well, I just do things without thinking sometimes. Like this, our other two, Kirish, our other two mates, Toya and Shoto, they both came up to me one time and asked what I was doing. Whenever those who get interested in see what you're doing as well, they might see that you're learning on how to do this as well. So we can all make our armor from scratch. All have differences, so they know that we're part of the same faction, just differently styled, if you get what I mean. Uraraka nodding her head, saying, "Ah, I get what you mean. You want to make yourself more independent." As Deku just nods, saying precisely. As they walk into his, sort of habitation block, with her walking in with him, as she would say, so I didn't really walk into yours before. It's a good job that the House of Exiles actually gives people living quarters. So let's go on with it." As they do that, after a few weeks, they go back out onto a patrol, with them encountering, one of the male captains that split off from them when the Hive attacked them. And they also found Mira. As Uraraka says, "Yo, you that captain who split off from the main group?" As he says, "Yeah, that's me. Glad to see you guys again." As Deku would say, just shout, "Your group's looking awfully small. What happened? Or awfully large. What happened?" As he just says, my brother, he's dead. I had to rein in his lot. We, I've got his cloak with me, so I'm gonna make a little memorial for him, for all of us to mourn his loss. Me and my two brothers. Can you guys join us, considering you guys were also with us when he died?" As Uraraka just said, "Sure, we'll join you." As Deku would look to her and say, "I barely know them. We've been here for, what, 6 months? We met these two, what, 3 what, 3 weeks ago? Might as well just, I don't know, just give them a bit of respect and join them." As Deku would just stay silent, as he would just nod, as they'll just move on and do their own, well, do their own little patrol. As they get held up by another group of fallen. This time, three vandals and 9 drakes joined them. As they say, our captain was killed. He was a good man. He held off the hive while we escaped. He said, "If anybody's going to die today, it's going to be me and me alone. I want all of you to get out of here." Some of us protested and he didn't. He just told us to leave. "So can we join you to avenge his death?" Zudoraka says, "Fine, you can join us. But step out of line and I'll kill you myself." As they say, "Understood." With Deku actually walking up beside her, as he whispers into her ear, saying, "Uraraka, I do not like this at all. Why all of a sudden are we getting other dregs and vandals following us? This doesn't seem right. It seems like something else is going on here." "I know. So, I'm going to ask you to please watch my back. You watch mine, I watch yours. Capiche?" "Roger that, ma'am." Anyway, let's get over this ridge. I'll continuously watch our back, so if one of these dregs or vandals try anything, they're dead. With Toya and Shoto, along with Mina, or Jiro and... I think it's Jiro and Kaminari. Or Mina and Kaminari. One of the two. As both of them walk up, saying, "We heard that, by the way. And we agree. This seems to be very weird. 2 more dregs and 2 vandals and 9 dregs? Something's not right." As they would all walk off, as they would see, well, a smoking wreck, or some smoke appearing over the horizon. As they say, that's weird. Normally smoke doesn't appear on the moon. As, well, they walk over to it, shooting a few, well, thrall that were nearby. As Uraraka would say, the hive must have shot down this vessel, or this skiff. "Deku, do you think we should salvage it?" As Deku would just look at her saying, "You're the captain, not me." "Well, you were offered a position as to be a captain by the Baron." "Yes, and I turned it down flat. I'm nowhere near experienced enough to be a captain." "Well, you did actually lead a few successful assaults. Yeah, only on the orders of you. But anyway, let's just go down there and see if there's anything valuable." As they get down there, Uzuraka and a few other vandals, along with Deku, start scavenging it with the dregs. And a few dregs say, "This skiff is still functional. It must have just had an engine failure, and this pilot couldn't even be bothered to try and pull up properly." As well, one of them hears something scuttling, as he would talk to his compatriot, saying, "Did you hear that?" It was his compatriot saying, "What? I didn't hear anything." As this Drake would just say, it must be in my mind then. As Deku would hear the rough rumbling as well, a few minutes later. As he would just shake it off to begin with, as he would hear it again. As he would then say, will one of you stop rattling the panels? As everybody would look at each other saying, what the hell is he talking about? As then Uraraka starts hearing it. And even she says, okay, this is getting ridiculous. Who's rattling panels? As even the dregs and vandals are all starting to get annoyed at each other. As, well, one vandal sees a dreg pulling a panel. As he says, so you're the one pulling all the panels and making all the racket. Stop it, would you? As this dreg would just say, hey, I only just started pulling on this thing. As they would hear rattling again. So, as they will both say at the same time, that wasn't you. As the Dragon Vandal will say, Jinx, you owe me ether. As they both start getting angry at each other. As Deku will walk over to them and saying, shut up, both of you. As then Uraraka would appear, saying, what's going on in the back here? As they would hear more rattling. As Deku would remove a panel and shine a torch down it. As he would see, well, 10 eyes looking at him. As he would say, Mana Vivaska. Basically, come here, little ones. As well, he would put his arms forward as well. He would slowly pull out 3 hatchlings. As Uraraka would ask him, what is he doing? As she would see hatchlings. As she would fall to the ground on her knees, saying, oh, good God, by the great machine, hatchlings. As she would say, everybody, group up on me, now! Get suits ready. We've got 3 hatchlings over here. As all the other fallen that could hear it scramble all over the skiff as they jump down. One of them actually having basically equipment for rebreathers. As she would immediately put the rebreathers on the 3 hatchlings. As they seemed to be very drained. As the director would say, so that will explain the rattling. Hang on, I can't get Mira on the line. She'll know what to do for these. As they would say, first let's get out of here. I prefer to be in the safety of a lot more fallen, a lot more elixir than anything else. As they all start running back, with Deku actually holding on to all 3 of them, or the hatchlings. As well, they would all 3 of them would keep all 4 eyes on him. As one of them would, tap his armor. As he would look down and say, hush, little one. Rescue is here. Yes? As the record would get on the phone. Get on the horn, saying, Mira, are you there? Mira, come in. We got a big problem here. Need immediate help. As she would get a hush, Hush, little one. Mother needs to talk to others. Mira reporting. You Uraraka, right? I should just say, yes, Uraraka here. Hatchlings in tow. Hatchlings? Hatchlings? How many? 1, 2, 5, or 10? 3. Don't know what gender, but we're bringing them back to base now. Immediate assistance required. They are very weak. We've recently started giving them ether to survive. Inside crashed skiff. Understood. Mira on her way to front entrance to base. I will help you. Give them shelter. And to also give them more ether. But gonna have to bring a daughter with. She tired. Cannot leave her. Understood. We'll be there in 5 minutes. That's if we don't get held up by Hive. The Hive were all over that skiff. Hive most probably felt presence of young ones. Quickly, chop chop, back to base. I look after them. Understood. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Triple time it. As they would run back to, try to get back to base. Considering they were, as Raka said, 5 minutes away. And of course, as soon as you say you're a few minutes away, the paramorsal shit hits the fan comes to mind. As 3 Hive tomb ships appear and dump Hive in the way. As she would say, Mira, be there in 5 hours. Got a bunch of Hive in the way now, and they look hungry. Deku, you and a few dregs go around. We will hold them off as best as we can. With Deku saying, yes ma'am. As he would say, you two behind me, with me. As they'll say, yes sir. As Uraraka would just hold them off. Hold off the Hive with the others. As she would say, before get into a defensive line, we need to make a lot of noise to keep them distracted. Fire! All at will. As they would form a defensive line, Mina and Kaminari would, start sniping, shooting all of the Hive. As Kaminari would just say 1 headshot, 2 headshot, 3 headshot, 4 headshot, 5 headshot. As Mina would say, I'm up to 17 already. As Kaminari would just say, oh come on, you're just cheating. As Uraraka would say, I'm up to 28, so you're far behind me. With Mina and Kaminari both saying, oh come on, now you're cheating. Treating this as one big, shooting fish in a barrel game. As, they continue having the firefight. Eventually, Hive Knights start appearing, along with a few acolytes. As, the Hive Knights start getting very close. Mina and Kaminari kill 1. All the dregs kill 2 more. 2 more Vandals kill another one. With Uraraka actually getting 1 by its sword, breaking it, taking its sword, and with a lot of effort, swinging it upwards, cutting its head off. As you just drop the blade, And she would say, "That thing's heavy as hell. How can a hive even wield these things?" As she would pick up a shrapnel rifle again, after, after picking it back up from the ground, and start firing. And, well, the last hive, night goes down as the thralls start, well, backing off. As, well, they hear a roar as an ogre gets summoned. As they all just say, "Oh, great machines. Oh, for the great machine. Here we go again." As, well, they deal with it. After losing 5 dregs and 1 vandal, as they eventually get back to base. As, well, she goes to Deku's lodgings to see if he's there. As she gets pressurized back into his sort of area, she basically just walks in willy nilly, not really caring about it because Deku's her friend, or the one she likes, so she thinks it'd be okay for her just to quickly walk in to see how the hatchlings are doing. As she walks in completely, she sees 10 eyes looking at her. As she would look at them, as she would walk up, with all of them sort of, well, blinking at her, as she would put one of her fingers down to them, as one of them would reach up for her, but then move its arm out the way again. As she would just stare at them, and because they're in a little rocking unit, she just gently rocks them to sleep. With them finally going to sleep, she just stares at them as she starts humming a little tune. As she'll start singing, "May the great machine watch over you all. May your hearts never find pain. Let the grievances of the old lie down. Find your own path to walk. Find your lives other than war." And she would stop humming it after hearing some commotion in the back. And she would just walk to the back, and she would have a rifle up, knowing that this is Deku's area, but you can't be too sure. And she would, well, look around, noticing that it was just something falling over, and she'd go back to the hatchlings and, well, still humming the little tune to them, as one of them actually opens their eyes because they couldn't hear her. And she, well, would begin again with the little humming tune that I started. Well, I'm not going to do that anymore because I don't think you guys want to hear that awful humming. As, well, one of them would, well, hit the other one as they would all start waking up and sort of crying. As she would get some ether rations with 3 of her arms and just gives it to them. As they would just drink. Obviously, knowing a little bit about children, and how much they can only drink. She gives them enough to get them settled, then takes it all away and puts it back in a refueling tank. And she would rock them all back to sleep again. And because Deku has an upstairs, he actually walks down. And because Uraraka's got her back turned, he would say, Captain, what are you doing here? And she would turn around, seeing, well, this sight. And she would just say, nothing? Why? As she would sort of blush at this, at the sight, as he would say, I thought I heard humming, so I got myself ready for combat, just in case. As he would put his shock pistol down, but it turns out only to be you. I see they finally got to sleep. I was upstairs taking armor off to get it repaired. So, what can I help you with today? Mira should be here in a few hours. She gave me ether rations to give to hatchlings to survive. As the director will say, yeah, I know, I've just given him some ether. I gave them ether 2 minutes ago. As the director will say, oh, sorry, they looked hungry. Well, they seem to be hungry. And 2 minutes ago, I've only been here for God knows how long. 30 minutes? 2 minutes ago before you arrived. I didn't realize you were here, so now you've been 30 minutes. I know how long I've been back for. This is my home. Next time you want to come in, knock at the door. It is not fun knowing that your captain has entered your home without your without your permission. If you have hatchlings, I will walk into your area uninvited, just to make it feel worse for you. As Uraraka would snap back, saying, do that, and I'll kill you. Do that to me, Uraraka, and I'll kill you as well. I know your fighting style, and you know mine. You know I'll kill you long before then. Besides, Mira should be here, as I said, in a few hours. After that, I am going to the forge to start building more equipment for myself. And if you want to join, you can. As they'll continue speaking, him actually going back up and getting some armor on. Or some spare armor to take his old stuff to the forge. As he says, do not disturb hatchlings. And she'll just look down at them as they're just, well, one of them with you on, as it's still asleep. As they knock at the door, what happened is she would get told, or this person would be told to enter. As she, as it turns out to be Mira, as Mira walks in, and she says, Captain Uraraka. As she would sort of bow. As Uraraka would say, Mira, how may I help you today? His mirror sort of says, I am here to look after hatchlings. Daughter with all three. They appear to be getting healthier now. As the record would say, did you hear the conversation we had earlier? Esmeralda would chuckle, saying, yes, heard all of it. I was waiting outside. Planned to turn up earlier, but heard you all having your little argument. I also noticed that your face is rather red. As the record blush again, even further, saying, please don't tell him, okay? I'll tell him when I'm ready. Make sure you do. Otherwise, other females may get him before you. And that's actually where I'm leaving it, guys. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. See you all in the next one. By the way, I've got to stop the Hive one for a bit because I'm having troubles with that one. Every time I seem to upload it, I seem to get an upload failed. So, yeah, I'm going to be working on that for a bit. Until then, I hope you guys can just live with the Fallen one for a bit while I get the Hive one sorted. I may end up redoing that one, but I also may end up not bothering doing it at all and just saying I'm just going to drop it completely. That's if I can actually get it going properly. If I can't, then I'm sorry. I know all of you liked it, well, a lot of you liked it, but I'm sorry. So, peace.